Hello from Copenhagen. All right, today was a hell of a day. I'm gonna try to keep this video short. I keep saying that, but I've decided that I make those little mini snippet videos during the day that kind of provide the context, but then I reiterate during these summary videos. And so I'm gonna try not to double speak the same thing. Long story short, today could have been a really bad day. My train from Berlin to Hamburg was scheduled to leave at 10:38 this morning. Just realized as I was doing my video walking to the hotel, I got off the subway at 10:37 p.m. So long and short, I was on trains for 12 or travel day was essentially 12 hours of what should have been train travel. I ended up on a bus because 45-minute delay just leaving Berlin because the train engineer guy was sick, didn't show up, something. They were waiting for an engineer. Literally, they made an announcement as we were all already on the train, boarded, ready to go, that they didn't have anybody to drive the train. So we sat there for 45 minutes while this other guy, to cover for him, had to get on the subway to get to the train station to drive the train for us. So that was a whole to-do. Then, as we were about to take off, some idiot got caught smoking in the train restroom, so then that delayed us even more. We finally get underway. At this point, I already would have missed my connection because I only had a 30-minute break in between the two trains in Hamburg to switch from that train to the train to Copenhagen. So it was already too late at this point, but that did not matter. We ended up getting there over 2 hours late because of some sort of issue with power lines collapsing or something, causing issues with power supply and track availability, and it literally stopped the Hamburg train station like dead in its tracks. Like nothing was going on. The customer service line at Deutsche Bahn was insane, and they were super snarky and pretty much just said there's no other trains available today, you're gonna have to figure it out, go to another station and try to find a train later on. And yeah, as we were getting into Hamburg, we had to stop. They literally could not have any trains coming into the actual main Hamburg station. So they stopped at a intermediary, like a local regional train stop, and just parked us there. And they were still optimistic that we were going to be able to get to the main train station. So we sat there for like a half an hour. Finally, they give up and they tell us, all right, everybody get off the bus. You're going to have to take the subway to get to the main train station from where we were, which was like 27 minutes. So, I mean, we were still a little bit out. We had to get on the subway to get to the main train station. At this point, I've long missed my connection. And there's another train that was supposed to leave 2 hours after, but that one's completely booked and they can't make room for anybody else. There was a very nice man named Richard from Sweden. Spoke perfect English. You wouldn't have even known he was Swedish. It's magic how smart these Swedes are with their English speaking. And we had the exact same itinerary. He left from Berlin, so on the same train as me, was supposed to be taking the 12:53 to Copenhagen that arrived at 5:44. And at this point, it's already 2:15. So we are long past being able to do that. So he's working on the phone, trying to figure out what his options are, and we just decided to hang together and try to figure out what both of our options are. I really appreciated him being willing to kind of share what he was learning. Eventually opted for a bus. It was the best and quickest option to still get to Copenhagen today instead of either 1 o'clock in the morning trying to go to a different train station or wait till tomorrow and get a hotel in Hamburg and then try to figure it out. So the bus was the best option, and it ended up being amazing. It involved a ferry ride with the bus pulling onto a car ferry and taking us from Germany to Denmark, and that was amazing. My seatmate Laura and the girl behind us, Kiara, and then Richard sat on the top for the first half of the train ride, or the bus ride, and then when we saw him on the ferry, I said, Richard, there's an empty seat right next to Kiara. I had cleared it with Kiara that it was okay for him to sit there. And I invited him. So then the four of us spent the whole rest, another 2.5 hours after the ferry, talking, and they're just wonderful. So I have 3 new wonderful friends. Laura's from Denmark, lives in Copenhagen, born and raised not far from the main city center. Now she lives here. Kiara is from a small town in central Germany and was heading up to Stockholm on her own, just to do a trip. She just graduated high school. She's 18, wanted to take a trip. So she's heading up to Stockholm. And so I gave her some tips from my touristy adventure that I had there 4 years ago when I did the tourist thing. Even though I'd been to Sweden so many times, I'd never done all the touristy stuff. So I was able to share my experience with that with her. And Richard lives in Malmö. He's from northern, well, not northern Sweden, but further north, Stockholm originally, but now he lives in Malmö. And so he was heading there. So anyways, just great group of people, great experience all in all. The bus ride, we literally just talked the whole time and had a wonderful time getting to know each other. And it was amazing. And then to top it all off, on the ferry, there was a food market and shop and a giant candy store. Okay? They had all my favorite candies. My top three Swedish candies that I have loved for my whole life, in mega sizes. Turkish pepper, Skolkrit, salty monkeys. Oh my God, best day ever. So yeah, made new friends, had a new experience, rode a ferry, got Swedish candy. My hotel's cute, nice, beautiful part of town. Things didn't go according to plan, but I actually liked what happened better, so yay. Hello from Berlin. All checked out of the hotel, all packed. Nice easy morning, just getting final packing stuff done. Heading off to the subway to get to the main train station. So my train is about 10:30, so about an hour. Hopefully no issues with the train this time. I did get a seat reservation and everything booked ahead of time, so hopefully we won't have that shenanigans again. I think that's it, so crossing my fingers for a smooth day, but if not, I'll figure it out. It's been a hell of a day, people. Train from Berlin to Hamburg was delayed 45 minutes leaving, which already put me at missing my connection from Hamburg to Copenhagen. Then we get within 30 minutes of the Hamburg station, only to be brought to a standstill and sat for an hour. So over 2 hours late after having to get off of that train and take the subway to get to the place we were originally supposed to go, only to find very unhelpful customer service people telling us that there were no more trains for the rest of the day from this station. Turns out there's some power lines down, causing all kinds of havoc, and so anyways, but good news, people. I met a very nice man named Richard, and he's Swedish, lives in Malmö, which is where my cousin lives, and he and I kind of just tried to navigate what do we do in this situation. He was going to the same place I was going, so we started talking and try to figure out alternate train options, try to figure out what we needed to do. We now settled on a bus, so we're grabbing some food real quick and then we are hopping on a bus. It's gonna get us there about 2.5 hours later than we were originally supposed to get there by train, but considering everything that has happened, that is a miracle in and of itself. So we should get in about 10 p.m. tonight. I've already advised my hotel of my late arrival. So, positive thoughts and optimism. Just gonna keep sticking with that attitude and hope for the best in every situation. And Richard is lovely and very, very kind and helpful and speaks perfect English, as all Swedes do. Such a blessing. And he did say I could put him on video, but he just went to go to the bathroom. So I'll take a picture of him when he comes back. Okay, so I made it on the bus, and I think it's 5.5 hours to Copenhagen. So here we go. This is my new seatmate Laura. This is my friend Tiara, and the adventure continues. Okay, so bad news. Train delays caused me to miss my connection. Had to take a bus as an alternate transportation to get from Hamburg to Copenhagen. Good news, the bus goes on a ferry. We are going from Germany to Denmark right now on a ferry, and this is amazing, and it's beautiful. And over there, all my new friends. That's Laura, Kiara, and Richard. So grateful for train delays. All right, fast forward a few hours. Laura and I are together for a short amount left. We just said goodbye to our beautiful friend Kiara, and our friend Richard hopped on a train to head to Malmö. I am so grateful for ruined train travel. I don't care that it cost me extra money to buy a bus ticket. I have gained 3 new souls in my heart, and I am so happy about it. Just said bye to Laura. She helped me navigate the subway. I mean, I would have been fine. I'm pretty good with my little app, but having a buddy tell me where I need to go is pretty nice. So now I am just walking the final few minutes to get to my hotel from the subway. It is 10:37. It has been a hell of a day, and I will do a full summary once I get checked into the hotel. Oh, I love it when a church greets me when I first arrive in a new city. How beautiful is this? Hello, Copenhagen. By the way, it is 10:38 and it's still light outside. Okay, I had to stop walking because my suitcase makes an awful racket. I bet during the daytime this square is absolutely packed to capacity with people. Here I am at almost 11 o'clock at night. There's a small group of people coming up this road here that were just taking pictures at the church. And there's like little guards, I think, standing by the doors. I forgot to mention one thing. Aside from my mother, I have never met anyone else who loves these types of candies like me. Except Laura. She sat and ate Turkish peppers with me. So in each city, when I meet people on a tour or something like that, and I save their name in WhatsApp or add them in Insta or whatever, I name them based on whatever the activity was for that day. So like my beautiful friends Janine and Craig, I met them on the Vesuvius Pompeii tour, so their name in my phone is Craig Pompeii and Janine Pompeii. And my beautiful friend from Sydney, Lucy, that I met on my Isle of Capri tour, she's Lucy Capri. And I'm trying to think. Oh, then there's Kelly Como, because I met her on my Lake Como tour. And I can't think of any other examples. But anyways, you get the point of my story. So I was trying to come up with a good name for this video, like this day I just left. And then I was trying to come up with names for my new friends, right? So Laura's name is Laura Pepper, because that's what these candies are, and she's the only person that I've ever met besides my mom that likes them as much as me. So I just had to add that tidbit. So happy.